All right. What's up, guys? Sorry, a bit late on the live stream. My bad. I kind of lost track of time. What's up, Nikhil? All right. So, I mean, there's some stuff. There's definitely great trades out there today. The only issue is locates. What's up, John? What's up, Igloo? Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I came by surprise actually. I didn't know that I was gonna have my best day. I thought I was gonna maybe make like 10K. That was my assumption. And then at the end of the day, once I closed out all my trades, it was at 40K. So that was sweet. Oh, okay, nice, John. What's up, Newton? Jump. What's up? Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm currently watching TGC. I borrowed some shares, and I'm just currently going through. I'll just kind of show you guys what I'm going through. So TGC, 10 mil float, but half of it is held by institutions, so it's only a 5 mil float. There's no warrants, there's no ATM or anything, so there's no dilution in this company. So that is, I wish there was, because then that would be more selling pressure. The other thing I'm looking for is its financials, and they really got nothing. They don't make that much. They make like $1 million in 2019. Their gross was 1.5 million, but they actually lost 400,000, and they're like barely, they're an unprofitable company, I guess you can say, but they're barely like scraping by, but they don't really have any dilution, so dilution is one of the more important things that I look for. But let's just kind of see how this plays out. I did secure shares. And if I waste those, then I waste those. But yeah, you look at the, fresh chart on the daily, really, no real resistance. It ran in 2018, to $3 on 14 million shares, which is nothing. But you can kind of see that it does have wicks. So the bearish indicators that you have on this one is that it gives back its gains. Obviously, there's more bullish indicators on this one at the moment. But I'm going to be just playing the chart and seeing how this forms. Basically, I need to wait for backside. But at this point, it's just so early. I can still see this keep on going to like, $5, $6, $7 ideally. If not, then oh well, I just wasted borrows, and it is what it is. But the other one, WEI is a nice one I wanted, but shares are expensive. And all the ones that I want to trade today, either no shares or shares are expensive, so I might not even trade today. But WEI, obviously a huge short squeeze yesterday, and this is a great lawn actually. It did trap shorts here, kind of scared at maybe some lawns, but it held support really this whole time at like $3, and it quickly rebounded off of this little trap here, and then once it started going, then this is a great a great position or a great entry for a lawn. And this is more or less the gun chart that Mark Crook, for those of you who know who he is, likes to trade. Obviously this move ideally at 3 or 230, but you get this huge short squeeze to $10, and then but it was halted. So I mean, clear manipulation on the stock, but they deny all of it obviously, and they deny it. Every company's going to deny it, but now it's just kind of fading, and it's probably just going to fade off But I wanted to short it here in the 4s, but you know, shares I think were like they're 18 cents per share, and that's just too expensive for me. I got Lyle on watch, but it's more who's more crook. Look him up. But he's a millionaire trader. ASTC. I've had some one-on-one calls with him. He's helped me out a lot, and he's a good trader. He has his own service too now, but it's more of options now. But anyway, ASTC. You know, this is a fundamentally terrible company. They dilute all the time. They have a bunch of ATMs, warrants, and you can see that, you know, it's a very wiki chart. So today, or, you know, it's kind of just given back most of it, you know, most of this move. So really any pops into these levels are going to be nice. But I'm going to be waiting for the open to see if shares are going to get any cheaper, or if actually there aren't any shares, to see if we can get any shares, and then we'll see where the chart is at that point. But you know, key levels are important. You can see this 550 level is a very important level. You can see that this 480s is also a very key and important level. TGC, just gotta monitor this as well, just to make sure I don't miss my entry, because I did borrow shares. So, you know, and then I would be looking for a fade back down to like $3. So decent, you know, range on this. It's just there's no shares available. MRIN, lower volume trade. However, similar situation. You can just see that their pre-market chart has, you know, given back most of its gains. So ideally, I would like pops into 430s. You can see that was just the support here, and the top here. So if at the open we can get some sort of pops and cheaper shares again, then I will take it. But other than that, I'm not going to trade it. And then you can just see very wiki chart, you know, gave back everything. You know, different situation here, because this was, you know, this wasn't a gap up and then fail. This is more of just it started running midday, or, you know, in the morning or something. So different price action, but more or less cleaner chart until we get up into resistance here at like 6s. But yeah, more or less just a failed chart at this point, but no shares. So unfortunately, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes there's just not going to be a trade that day. TGC, nice. I'm hoping for this move to go even higher. I mean, the higher it goes, the more range I got, and the more I can make. So, and at this point, it just started moving. So, you know, this is, you know, I've been stuck in this situation before, where it looks like that, you know, it looks like it's put in a top, and you get this bounce to short into. You think it's coming back down, but you know, the move is just so fresh that, you know, not everybody who wants to buy it yet has bought it yet. So there's still gonna be a lot of people trying to get into this. So when you get this move, like, you don't want to be in the, you know, early part of it, because you just want to wait for it, you know, the backside of it. And it's kind of like ASTC here. Like, let's say you got it like, you know, yesterday after hours, it's kind of the same situation. You know, spiked, you know, you think it's a huge spike, pulls back, you short it on this bounce, but then it keeps going much higher. So you never want to be at, you know, the very first part of the first leg, you know. So I just wait to see what it does. PLIN, you know, not a whole lot of volume resistance. That's kind of annoying about trades today, is that there aren't any very developed charts. You know, there's not a lot of bag holders and not a lot of resistance in these today. So that's the other thing you want to be careful with. So, you know, that makes it less ideal. That makes it at a higher risk and a better long opportunity if you can get a squeeze going. And you see that with KXIN, you know, last week, WEI yesterday. But either way, failed pre-market chart. So I would be looking into pops into, you know, VWAP key levels at like 160s, things like that. You know, shares are also kind of expensive, at least for a dollar stock. I think they were sub 10 cents, but it was like right at almost at 10 cents. And for a dollar stock, that's still fairly expensive. And then I had network. This isn't super ideal. I was thinking about taking it, but I kind of missed this pop. So I was thinking of taking a sub VWAP, but I just wasn't sure. And then it just started failing, and then I didn't want to chase. But that was a dollar move. So that was not, but it's like lower volume. There I wouldn't be able to go in with 50K shares like I would like to. You know, because, you know, yeah, I would not get filled. You know, these bars are only at like 50, 40, so I would not get filled, you know, anywhere near the size I would want. So like, yeah, I'm disappointed, but then again, it's like I would only be in like a starter, so, you know, it wouldn't even matter really. TGC came out with something. I'm 23. Let's go over some filings, I guess, because there's nothing else really to go over, just because shares are expensive. So they're trying to merge with some other company. Is that all this is saying? What are they trying to do? This is very interesting. Hold on. Sweet, TGC, keep going. Check this out. This is very interesting. This is the stuff this is the kind of thing you want to look for. So, announced today that they have entered into a definitive merger agreement in an all-stock transaction. So, as you can see, they will issue approximately 203 million shares of Tangasco common stock to Riley members at the closing of this transaction. So here's the dilution that we were talking about. I mean, the dilution doesn't mean it's going to happen today, and most likely will not happen today. But they're giving this other company 203 million shares of their stock, which means that what the other company is going to do is they're going to try to make money off of those shares, right? So there will be dilution. I don't know if it's today or not. I mean, I don't think they're even allowed to sell into it today, but I don't know that much in depth on like merger and like, you know, newly formed mergers and receiving shares. But here's the dilution, either, you know, long term or you know, soon. But this is what I was looking for, and which they just came out, and you wouldn't know that unless you actually know what you're looking for in a filing, because you read the headline that they're merging, you're like, oh, this is great news, but when you look into it, you know, this is terrible news. They're trying to dilute. They're going to try to make a lot of money out of this, so that's the whole point on this filing. Okay. I think that's it, really. Let me see if there's any quick questions before I sign off. Maurice, when am I sure that there's backside of the move? Key levels. how broken the chart looks, how far off the highs, where resistance is. There's a lot of things, yeah. Oh, another 8K, probably the same thing. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, just in an 8K form. Good morning, guys. I don't have a best long strategy. I mean, I do have a favorite long strategy. It's a, you know, like a daily breakout with an intraday breakout. Yeah, I guess like just something that's holding up that has a lower float. I don't really go long, but sometimes I do. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off so I can focus on this chart, but no entry on it yet. Just hoping this keeps going higher. Yeah, so that's the game plan on that. All right, see you guys tomorrow.